All right, let's look at social media activities. So, managing social media includes three groups of marketing activities. And this is first of all creation of content, second, paid advertising, and third, reputation management. Now, all three of these activities are to create customers and develop valuable relationships with them for business purposes, right? So let's have a look at these in more detail. So the creation of content. So businesses post content on social media applications with the intent to do three different things. First of all, to create first-time customers, so creating new customers, generating new business, new people in and then increase customer loyalty from our existing customers, and that's repeat purchases. We want to, people that have purchased with us before and have a positive relationship with our business. We want to go, well, we've got new products coming through, or there's new things for you to buy. And then last of all, supplement search engine optimization. So first of all, creating new customers. So social media is effective at increasing brand awareness for market offerings. And it's especially good at positioning because it's so visual. And when I talk about positioning, I'm not talking about where it's located on the map. I'm talking about how our customers see us, see our brand or our product offering, our value offerings, how they see that in their minds compared, like relative to other market offerings. So if you want to be positioned as a new fashion store that's always bringing out the latest and greatest seasonal designs, then your imagery would show that. If you want to be positioned as an environmentally friendly business, then the imagery that you use in your social media would reflect that as well. If you want to be shown as a company that supports athletes, you're a sports store and that you support all these Australian athletes and go to the Olympics and stuff like that, and therefore they should buy their sports equipment off you, then your imagery would show the new athletes and stuff that you're supporting. So when we talk about social media, creating new customers, there's several considerations that we need to think about. Social media applications, handicap posts from businesses within the network. Now this is a bit of a general statement. So the reason why it handicaps businesses is because Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of those social media platforms, they're trying to work out, so when we log on as a user of those social media applications, not as a business, but as a user, they're trying to ensure that when their users log on, that they're going to get the content that they find most valuable and most interesting, because they want people that log on to their social media sites to stay there as long as possible and engage with it and interact with their gear, right? So if people sign on to if you log on to Facebook and you just get spammed with advertisements, it's going to be, it's not going to be a very enjoyable experience because you're just getting sold to, right? You want to be able to see, but at the same time, these social media sites need to make money. So really what they do is, unless you're posting content that your likers, subscribers, followers, whatever they are, want to see, it doesn't really cut through the algorithm to show up on their feeds. So users on social media want meaningful connection with the people that they interact with on social media. So we'll use Facebook for an example at this stage because it's the largest one. So if you log into Facebook, you want to see what your friends are posting or what your family's posting or what's happening in the world, right? Like what social things are going on. If you just log onto Facebook and it's like, there's a new car here, there's some new sports shoes here, there's this business there's trying to sell you that. It's just like you're just getting, it's not what you're there for. Whoops. All right. So the next one is increase customer loyalty. So posting on social media is usually most effective when followers are already customers. So these are people that already liked our page or followed us, or they subscribed to our YouTube channel, or whatever form of social media that we're using. They've already made some kind of commitment or engagement and committed to our business or our brand. So when we post stuff, it's more likely to be shown to them, and they're more likely to be interested in the stuff we see as well. So social media is used to improve customers' perception. In this case, it's their attitude of the brand, like their favorability towards it. This leads to higher engagement and increased purchasing behavior. And research shows that engaging customers on multiple channels increases profit. So when we say multiple channels, we're talking about it could be like the website, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, YouTube, like multiple communication channels. Now, so for the way that we increase loyalty then is we acquire these customers, acquisition, and then engagement. So we provide them with meaningful content that they want to like, share, or comment on, and then over time they generate loyalty, so that they want to stay with us and continue to use our services. And we analyze the analysis of each one of these stages as we go through. So the last one is to improve search engine optimization. Now, social media activity has an impact on search engine rankings for the website. Now remember, we don't know exactly how Google or Bing or the other search engines rank things, but they do give us indications about what. So they don't tell us exactly, they don't make the algorithms known or publicly available, but they do tell us what they do basically in general, right? Now there's not a direct contribution from social media to search engine optimization, because remember, search engine optimization is for your website, whereas social media is for your platforms, your social media apps. But the links shared across social media do increase exposure to the websites, and often you'll see businesses, when they're posting things on social media, they have links to websites, so that increases traffic to that as well, and that also helps with search engine optimization. Now, research by Cognitive SEO shows that there's a strong presence on social networks is correlated with better ranking. So in this graph here, I lost my mouse, my cursor here. So this is the site ranks. This is number one page. So if you just search for a business and you're at number one spot, which is where you want to be, these businesses have and I'll just read it here, average number of shares, comments, likes on a social networking site. So the more people interact on Facebook and Instagram and share their stuff, the better their ranking is. Now remember, this is a correlation, so it's a bit tricky, and I'm a bit reluctant to overemphasize this. So I'd definitely be focusing on the other ones more, acquiring customers and developing loyalty with customers for repeat purchase intention. But there is benefits for search engine optimization, but we're not sure how big they are, and they seem to be quite small. There's a correlation there, and the reason why that might be is because the people that are ranking first might be putting a lot of money and effort. They're hiring people like you, graduates, marketing graduates, to do their search engine optimization and improve things, right? They put a lot of effort and money and resources into developing their digital online presence. And if they're doing that with their websites and their search engine optimizations, they're more likely to be doing that with their social media as well. So we know that there's a relationship there, but we're not sure exactly how that is. They're paid advertising on social media. So businesses have typically been more profitable using paid advertising than organic posts. Remember, I just made the point that when, as a business, posting just generic stuff doesn't usually get a lot of traction. And one of the other reasons is because if you're running a social networking site or a social media application, you want businesses to pay to promote their stuff, right? Because that's how these social network sites bring their money in. So advertising on Facebook and Instagram is fairly similar to Google's display ad platform, which is quite nice because there's a lot of similarities between them. Basically, you choose your target market, and now over the last couple of years, I was going to say a year or two, but I think it's over a couple of years, you've got dynamic targeting in there, where Facebook and Instagram and these social media sites, they automatically select your target market for you. I've been playing around with that a little bit, and it's getting pretty good to the point where when you don't feel like it, like you got to, so the other thing is with Facebook, for some reason their interest groups. So when you select their markets, their interest groups don't really correspond with a lot of useful stuff. I don't know, it's based on their data and stuff they're going to do with what they've got. But just say if you're targeting things, well, what interest groups are there? It might be very difficult to find the interest groups that you want to target with the interest groups that Facebook have available for targeting. So sometimes you just go, I want to target adventurers, or I want to target philosophy, or I want to target people interested in digital marketing. Those things, and you go to look for those specific interest groups, and then they're just not there. So then you go, well, I'll let Google, I'll let Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or whoever you're using just automatically do that targeting which seems to be pretty well. Then you specify, so you choose your target market, whether it's auto or manually. Specify your budget or your bid amount, how much you're prepared to pay for it. Create a copy, which is writing your the words that go with it and a picture. Then run the ads, press go, and then the social media applications actually they analyze the results for you. So they give you the statistics on there. They go, well, this is how many people have seen it, this is how many people liked it, how many people shared it, this is what percentage was female, this percentage was male, this is how many people in Australia, this is how many people in Southeast Asia. They just give you all that data and you can sort of go from there. So we're looking at, I'm going to go back at 2 slides here. So we're looking at, I'm going to go back heaps of slides here. So we're looking at the social media's activities that we've done. So we've done creation of content. Now we're looking at section 2, which is paid advertising. All right. So some advantages of social media ads are they are typically are more advanced targeting than Google, because when you interact on social media, you're showing the applications of what you like. So if I go onto social media and I'm looking at pages about how to build gaming computers and I like those pages, or I'll share it or send it to someone else, then the application will know that that's what I'm interested in. Whereas with search, it only knows by what I'm typing into my search engine, right? And I might be doing that for a variety of reasons. Like I might be doing it for work, or So basically, social media can get more data based on your interactions with the things that you're interested in. Ads show in the user feed, so engagement rates for socials are generally higher than display ads because they come at you. With search, you need to take the initiative and type it in, where with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, you just log in to do whatever you want to do, like for your social interactivities, and then it just comes at you on your wall. Social media offers more ad engagement options, and I've got an example here of Snapchat Lens. So you can, if you haven't used Snapchat before, basically you take a photo and you can scroll across, swipe across, and you can choose a lens, and then it will do cool stuff. In this case, this is obviously by Cadbury, and the lens puts Easter eggs on your face. So that's fun for about 30 seconds, and then you send it to your mates or whatnot, and then it's, Cadbury get this free advertising for spending a little bit of time developing a filter, or a lens, I should say. So social media ads should also be supported by organic content as well. So if you're just spamming I shouldn't say spamming, if you're just generating ads, it's not that organic. It's not that, you want to have some meat to your social media network sites as well. All right, and the last reason is reputation management. And reputation management includes social monitoring and social listening. Now, I've just realised that you can't see this on because my face is in the way. I wonder if I can move that live. Ooh, look at that. I'm just risking it here. So, don't focus on the difference too much, because the industry itself can't really agree on what the difference between social monitoring is and what social listening is. But I want you to know that they're there. So, social monitoring is basically listening, monitoring what people are saying about you on social media. So many social media applications allow businesses to track conversations online and then replying to positive comments. So you actually, someone will go, I bought this and I had a really bad experience. You reply, sorry about that. Here's our return warranty. Send it in and we'll fix it up, sort it out for you, or whatnot. They're basically engaging. Or they go, I had a really good experience. Here's my new car that I bought, and they're like, glad you like it, yada, yada, yada. It's just a chance to, introduce, and it's quite surprising to me because there's a lot of senior marketing people that spend a lot of money trying to communicate with their customers, and then social media comes along and there's an online discussion going on, and they are really reluctant to get involved in these conversations because it's new and it's uncontrollable and stuff. I'm like, well, from a social media, so that's the old school way of thinking, and you'd post stuff and you'd be like, oh no, they're talking about us, what are we going to do? But now it's like, well, no, we're spending a lot of money to tell these people what we're doing. They're finally talking about us, let's get in there, that's a really good thing. So replying to positive comments amplifies these comments within the network because other people see it, their friends see it, and it generates interactivity about a positive thing. And then responding to negative comments shows that businesses is striving to fix problems and improve. And now there's a heap of research about this. We won't have time to go into all of this, but about the way that you do service recovery online. So service recovery is when something's gone wrong, there's a problem, and the way that you try to fix that problem for your customers, right? If you do it wrong, you can amplify the wrongness of it too, so and make it worse for yourself. So really, there's a whole process. Well, I shouldn't say there's a whole process, but there is a process that you go through. You don't have to go through that process to ensure or to maximise the chances that you can get a positive outcome from that, right? So just because something's gone wrong, don't freak out, don't panic and go, oh no, let's run away, or let's just pretend that's not happening. You can turn it into a good thing. I'm going to try to put this back over here. Alright, so the next one is reputation management. So last of all, communication via social media is considered by customers to be from the business directly and not from an individual employee. And there's a few different ways that businesses are doing this, and it spins me out why we haven't really fine-tuned this yet. So if I'm going to use the bank. So if I message, so if I'm with ANZ Bank and they post something on social media and then I reply to it and go, oh, the ATM's down or not working or whatever I'm saying, right? And they'll go, oh, let's take this off online, send me a message, or we'll send you a message. So they send me a message, which is one of the most common techniques that we use in social media. Rather, like if it's going to be negative, rather than having a negative conversation online where everyone reads it and it's like, ooh, what's going on here? You go, let's take it offline, and then you can interact and share personal details and stuff as well, right? So then you go from Facebook general to direct communication, and then if they message me and go, oh, blah, blah, I see that as ANZ communicating with me. So the bank, because they're logged in as ANZ. They're not logged in their personal profile, which is Joe Banks, from Tasmania or whatnot, is ANZ with the logo communicating to me, Kevin Swartz, the person, the customer, right? And what some businesses, what they'll do is when they post on behalf, they'll do their initials on there, or the agent. And I think that's a pretty good idea, because then you realise that you're not just dealing with the company, you're dealing with a person from that company. And social, so that's it sort of goes beyond the scope of what we can cover in just 2 weeks of social media, but it's really the way that we do it. So it's customer service, and rather than doing it face to face over a counter, it's online, and it's very similar. A lot of the concepts are similar. Social listening occurs on a macro scale and identifies what is being said about the brand. This could also be used for market offering or competing brands. So it's not just about what they're saying about our company. It could be about we launch a new product, and what are they saying about the product, right? Or a competitor of ours has launched a new product. What are they saying about their competitor product? Or what are they saying about our competitors in general? Or we're thinking of doing a partnership with, just say, a Formula One driver. What do the fans say about them? Like, if we're going to be spending all this money, and I can't remember the Australian Formula One driver now, it's killing me. But if we're going to spend all this money with Daniel Ricciardo, I got it. But do people like him? Like is he popular? Like, is it going to be a good thing for our brand? So this type of social listening lets us analyze the sentiment of it, and it breaks it down into whether it's positive or negative. I think that's on the next slide. No, it's not. Whether it's positive, negative, or neutral, and how that reflects. So if you might go, oh well, we have this sports person that we want to sponsor. Let's do some social listening. Go, well, yeah, they're really popular. A lot of people know about them, but overall, the sentiment towards that particular athlete is quite negative because of whatever reason. Then you might not want to be putting your money into it. So those sorts of information comes from social listening, and it helps us to make these decisions, which can be really beneficial to our organisation. All right, so that's it. Next, we're going to look at social media plan.